Hello everyone, and welcome to How Nintendo Positioned the Launch of the Wii. This presentation will begin with an analysis of the case study presented by Professors Bo Vandery and Glenn Schmidt. Their discussion begins with an introduction to the encroachment framework and where Nintendo's products have fallen on this spectrum. The framework considers where products lie between low to high-end gaming products and a market consisting of consumers from detached, fringe, and highly engaged consumers. We will then take a look at the video game industry as a whole, 3 bucking trends within the industry, and conclude with marketing recommendations for Nintendo. In 1985, Nintendo released the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES. The NES was an instant hit with gamers and became the best-selling console of its time. The simplistic design of the NES controller, a small brick with 5 buttons, meant that the console was highly attractive and accessible to all consumers. The launch of the NES was widely adapted by the market. In fact, the NES completely revitalized the bankrupt video game industry. In 1985, the video game industry had progressed toward 3D gaming and the Nintendo 64 was released. The Nintendo 64 controller was much more complex by mid-90s standards because it consisted of a 17-button controller, which included a joystick. This was a tremendous addition for core gamers as it allowed them to have more control over their 3D games. However, casual gamers felt alienated by the new console, finding it intimidating to adopt. The Nintendo Wii was released in 2006. The Wii console now consisted of a motion-sensitive controller and highly interactive games. By this time, however, video game graphics had become more advanced and competitors Xbox and PlayStation offered far better graphics than Wii, whose own graphics were only slightly more advanced than those of the Nintendo 64. In this case, the Nintendo Wii was popular amongst typical consumers but was rejected by more sophisticated gamers who preferred the more advanced graphics and sound on offer by Xbox and PlayStation, as well as a more mature type of gameplay. With the introduction of the Wii, Nintendo chose to align the product in the lower performance range while still offering a product that was new and exciting enough to engage consumers. If the Wii was released as a high-performance product that offered nothing new to the industry, they would be too closely aligned with the Xbox. The PlayStation 3 was released as another high-performing product with only moderate new features, in this case a Blu-ray player. As the diagram shows, Nintendo managed to separate the Wii from its competition by offering a product with low core attribute performance but several new offerings to the gaming industry. Nintendo was a great case study to discuss market segmentation as each console release has struck a chord with a different demographic of consumers. Each console has exhibited a different level of innovation and technological strategy than its market competition. Nintendo has always stood out from its main competitors Xbox and PlayStation because Nintendo understand there is already a segment of the video game market that will naturally seek out these platforms. The Wii's motion sensing control, unique concept, and highly interactive and engaging type of gameplay meant that it demonstrated moderate new attribute performance without having to increase its graphics and sound. Looking at the encroachment framework, where would you position the original NES? In 1985, was the NES an innovative product when stacked against the Atari and Sega Mega Drive? Did consumers initially feel detached, or was it immediately a highly engaging product? Skipping to 2019, Nintendo operates within the global video game industry. The current video game industry is defined by 3 distinct types of gaming: portable, handheld gaming as offered by mobile gaming and the Nintendo 3DS, hybrid gaming as offered by the Nintendo Switch, allowing gamers to play with a handheld tablet with the option to dock the device and make it a stationary console, and stationary platforms offered by PS4, Xbox One, and PCs. Nintendo is the only platform that offers users a hybrid gaming option. The video game industry is experiencing a boom, with global market revenue reaching $135 billion in 2018. This is an increase of 10.9% from 2017. Also in 2018, mobile and smartphone games were the largest contributors to this revenue, contributing over $100 billion. In terms of video game platforms, PS4 were the market leader, followed by Xbox and then Nintendo. The impetus of this growth is largely due to technological innovation which, over the coming years, we'll see innovation in gaming products, video content, virtual reality, special events, and video game tournaments. Continued growth within the industry is attributed to market segments such as college students, teenagers, and women. The video game industry has seen significant changes in the past decade, particularly in the level of competition and avenues in which gamers see content. Game streaming on popular platforms such as Twitch and YouTube has been attributed to a significant rise in the popularity of cloud gaming services. The availability of low-cost subscription services such as Steam, PS4 Network, and Origin has popularized the market for online gaming, affording gamers an immediate option to purchase a game on a subscription basis rather than purchasing a physical or digital copy outright. This distribution channel is experiencing double-digit growth, expected to grow over years to come. In 2018, PC gaming contributed to 25% of video game revenue, netting $33.4 billion. Console gaming, however, contributed 28% or $38.3 billion. PC gaming is on track to surpass console gaming. By providing easier access to consumers, game developers are increasing the number of consumers within their demographics. In a way, the video game industry is moving forward by taking a step backward. In the past few years, Nintendo have capitalized on a resurgence of nostalgia-based games by re-releasing updated versions of their classic consoles. So much so that the 2016 launch of the NES Classic struggled to meet market demand. Inspired by this trend, Sony released their own PlayStation Classic console in late 2018, with Sega Genesis Mini coming in 2019. Both these consoles come preloaded with the classic games many of us grew up with. Nintendo has seen so much success by positioning itself as an outlier within the video game industry. Nintendo has popularized beloved characters and stories from Super Mario to Pokemon. It is of this presenter's view that Nintendo could increase the availability of their games by making their proprietary content available for PC gaming. PC gaming has become enormously popular. Nintendo could easily tap into the segment of PC gamers by making their games available for distribution outside of their console platform. Nintendo accounts for the lowest market share in the console gaming industry, despite offering the market two very distinct platforms on which their content is available, the Nintendo Switch and 3DS. By making their content available to a new market, they would be capitalizing on the emergence of PC gamers and giving their beloved characters and stories a new home for a new generation. Are you a gamer? Do you envision a future where developers like Nintendo begin unlocking their games from the shackles of their own consoles and releasing them onto new platforms? Hits such as Fortnite and Minecraft have found huge success across all platform channels, the key difference being Nintendo developed their own games for their own platform. Is this concept too idealistic? Do you think Nintendo would lose revenue? Or would they just be getting a head start on their way out of console gaming? As technology continues to develop, will gamers stick with their consoles? Will gamers stick with Nintendo? Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.